Over the last couple of weeks, what we've assembled is a campaign concept where we're traveling throughout the Philippines and going to engagements where we can speak to a lot of people, and we're considering all options there of events that we can do within our own budget. And what we're finding is that there's a very, very warm reception to the concept everywhere we go, and all the way down from the individual person, like for example, we met this guy on the plane, and I think he was just going to sleep, and Cloyd and I were talking with each other, and then he got interested in what we were talking about, and then by the end of the conversation, it was a very short flight, he became our first person to fill out the official I Am Walrus interest card that we pass out at the events now when we make a presentation. It was significant because sometimes things happen on airplanes. So once we reached Luzon, then we immediately got into a rental car and headed off for the destination, which is about a 2-hour drive outside of Manila in a rural area of Tarlac for another Let's Do It event. And like all of the Let's Do It events before that, were met with very high enthusiasm, mostly from everybody, but especially from the young people who attend those events. And it's just always so exciting when young people get involved with the future of the planet and are hungry to do constructive things that will really help. They don't want to spend their life not helping the earth recover and heal. In Tarlac, there was a lot of young people that we met with. It was a great experience, and there were some climate leaders there as well that have started interacting with the Let's Do It group. So we had some time to talk to them afterwards.
As a youth, we should be united, because if we unite, there will be a strength, and that strength will give us power to save our planet, the whole world, our environment.
Gusto ko po yung video na iba-iba yung nagsasalitang lingwa. I got the point na every race should do their part. I think it starts with proper education. Because you cannot act on climate change. It's a deep story, it's a deep problem. You cannot act on it if you don't know anything about it.
It is said that by the mid to late part of the century, the Arctic Ocean would be an ice-free in summer. That issue struck me. As a member of the youth and Generation Z, the technology generation, we could maximize the use of social media. So we could share videos, posts, etc. etc. Kasi mas mabilis po yung pag-mobilize ng information if you use social media.
The I Am Walrus story of fixing the planet, of making more ice, is for us a crazy simple idea, but there's only one way to find out if it works, if we try. As we can see, there's a lot of initiatives of planting trees because the mountains are bald, planting mangroves because there's no more mangroves, it has been cut. So if there's no more ice, what should we do then? Then simply make ice.
Climate change is a world problem. This is the problem of the earth that we should address as an individual and as a group. Everything is moving. The climate change has something to do with the movement of the wind, the temperature, and there's always an exchange of these things in this planet that need everything balanced and normal. So if there's melting of ice at the polar area, I believe it will also affect the people at the equatorial area. And it's happening now. It's happening now. So I believe that producing ice at the polar area can somehow give a different temperature at the equatorial area also. There should be a balance in nature. And if we can produce the balance again by doing ice, I think we need to support it.
I am Walrus! I am Macmillan! Let's do it!
Then we went back. At the hotel we were staying at, the owner was a world traveler. He's been to many, many countries, and he lives in the Philippines, and we got to talking to him about the walrus, and within just a few minutes he immediately got the idea was inspired by the idea in the program, and we made an agreement to co-promote. He's part of a large wine organization that he knows that the people who make wine and sell wine are very concerned about the environment and the future of the earth. That's just another really terrific example of finding people who care about the earth and then join up with I Am Walrus to do something about it. That's what we're all about. Before we even left, there was a storm brewing, and it was forecast to come our way and looked like it would threaten our campaign. And I kept an eye on that multiple times per day to see if it was going to go along with the forecast or not. And by forecast, I don't mean just what the news says, I mean what the meteorologists say. In the initial forecast, the storm was only expected to get to a Category 1, but I've known based on the ones that I've seen over the last several years that I've been here that the storms are tending to exceed the forecast by quite a bit and could be incredibly damaging. So as the week went on, I kind of anticipated that we might have to make a change. So I went ahead and got plane tickets to leave there, and we flew from Clark Air Base to Cebu to get out of the way of the typhoon. We have to deal with that. So the storms are intensified by climate change, so a real serious thing that we can do about it is get into I Am Walrus, make more ice, get the CO2 back out and cool it down so that storms like these don't, it's not that they won't form anymore, but they won't be super duper strong at the frequency that destroys so many lives.